Hey everyone, it's Matt, and here we're talking about combiners, Rise of the Combiners, and we've got the new character Menasor, everyone's favorite combiner, the one that everybody pulls but no one can build. Let's talk about Menasor. He is probably the most difficult to really build and construct right now. Why is that? Because his abilities are kind of off the wall. His characters aren't incredibly powerful, and honestly, he's the only other combiner that I pulled the whole set of. The other one being Superion. So let's go ahead and take a look at the characters and discuss how we're going to run this deck. So this deck itself plays the 5 combiners. Let's get a better angle so you guys can actually read this shenanigans. So here's a breakdown. Here's Dead End. Dragstep, which I will mention, we'll probably see play in a lot more decks. Motor Master. And Off-Road, who apparently is a Stunticon. So, now that we've looked at the characters here, how do we want to send these guys out? Now, when you're playing Menasor, you have to make sure that you send these guys out in the exact right location and flip them at the exact right time. You don't want to flip Motor Master into his bot mode into the last or 4th attack because they're going to have a lot of direct damage. Most decks will have ways to direct damage you, and Motor Master stops a lot of that. Drag Strip, you're going to send out at least 2nd like that when you're attacking, if you're going 1st or 2nd. Dead End, you'll want to probably flip 1st and then send him out. Breakdown, you'll want to send out, but then actually flip him right around turn 5 or in the middle. And then Breakdown is really whenever you want to put him out there, whenever he seems most convenient. Now, Menasor himself has a cool ability. His ability, as we put this big boy together, look at them horns. Hold on here while we assemble these guys into their massive robot mode. All right, so there we go. Menasor, what a wonderful dude. So he has Bold 1, Tough 1, and Pierce 1. You may play an extra action on each of your turns. We'll get to that. When this is combined, draw 2 cards. 2 whole cards. That's really good. Pretty good guy. 6 attack, 35 health, 2 defense. Let's get to the actions first. All right, so let's look at the actions. So first of all, heavy-handed. Playing 2 of these bad boys. What heavy-handed does, one of your characters gets +2 until end of your turn. While it's attacking even this turn that has fewer stars in it, it has Pierce 4. This will actually do pretty well on Menasor once it comes out, but also it will do pretty well on almost any combiner because you'll be smashing lots of big dudes with whole bunches of damage. So we're only playing 2 in this one, and you could probably put it to 3, but I feel 2 is a safe number. All right, let's go take a look at the next one. We have 2 copies of Inferno Breath. Let's make sure that everyone can take a look at that one here. Tap one of your untapped characters that has 5 or more stars. Do 3 damage to an enemy. It's like a better one shall stand, one shall fall for small, tiny guys that can't take the effects of one shall stand, one shall fall. Next, 3 Leap into Battle. Solid card. Love this card. It's the giant growth of Transformers. So, as we take a look here. +3 for your character on a turn. 3 Ramming Speed. Ramming Speed is fantastic. Ramming Speed is a great card. It lets you scrap an enemy upgrade. I was going to play Vaporize in this deck, but I figured that this deck needs to balance out with Orange Pips. So we played Ramming Speed. Plus, I was running 2 of it, but I found that there's just so much removal that needs to be actually dealt with in this game just to take care of armors and weapons. 3 is probably the best number. Stunticon Enigma. If you have Menasor on the battlefield, draw 2 cards. If you have 5 Stunticons in bot mode on the battlefield and in your KO area, combine them into Menasor, Menacing Colossus. What's important to remember is that when you combine Menasor, is that he's going to have all the damage counters from all the other bots that are in your discard your KO pile and on the battlefield. So it's pretty good to make sure you keep track of those when you put them together, because if you go ahead and just, go crazy ham banana and whip out all your guys and just, your damage counters go everywhere, it's probably going to set your opponent. So just be mindful of that. It's happened a couple times with me playing. Spoilers. Surprise attack. A surprise attack, it gives your character, one of your characters pierce 3 until the turn. Pretty simple. It's got a white pip. Next, we're going to have 2 copies of Team Up Tactics. You're playing cars and trucks, so why not repair 2 damage? And if it's a car, draw 2 cards. Next is going to be 3 The Bigger They Are. Great card. Love this card. It's been around since Wave 1. Fantastic. Seen lots of play. If you don't know what it does, one of your characters gets +2 attack until the turn. While it's attack an enemy that has more stars in it, it gets Pierce 4. And last but not least for the actions, Treasure Hunt, to dig them good upgrades. Playing 2, scrap the top 4 cards of your deck, put all upgrades scrapped this way into your hand. Let's take a look at the upgrades. So, where'd they go? It's magic. They're gone. All right, so next is going to be our upgrades. So this plays a lot of strange upgrades, so just hear me out. This deck went 4-0. I'm going to say against Dinobots, another Superion deck, a Insecticon deck, and a very poorly made car deck. So it might get beaten up by cars, but we'll see. So it did pretty good against Dinobots. It would crush them. So, and I'm pretty sure they were just using one of those lists that people use online. But anyway, let's talk about the upgrades. Oh, by the way, there's nothing wrong with using lists online that are from other people. Just saying. But either way, first one, Cybertronian Bow. You're like, what? Why are you playing this card? It is the worst. No, it's not. In this deck, it's really good. You stick this on one of your characters here. Remember that little guy I was talking about that didn't really do much, If you go ahead and stick this on Decepticon Dragstrip, he is going to wreck face like that. This is such a good card for him. What it does is when you flip an equal number of pips of the same color, it gets +1 per every equal one that you flipped. Also gives him +1 to attack. Pretty solid. Energon Axe. If you don't feel like running Cybertronian Bow, you can run 3 of these things, but why not have fun and run Cybertronian Bow? Great card. This one right here, you can only put on damaged characters only. Has Pierce 2, +3 to attack. You know what it does. Next is Enemy Combat Analysis. I was running 2 of these, but I cut it down to 1. While the upgraded character is battling an enemy that has the same number of stars it has, the upgraded character gets +2 and +2 defense. So +2 attack and defense is pretty solid. Enemy and Enforce Batons. When you put this on a character, scrap an enemy weapon. Now, I will say ahead of time that before I was playing Enemy Combat Analysis, I was playing Bashing Shield, but I found I just already have enough removal with the ramming speed that I don't really need it. 3 Force Fields, because you know what they do. If an upgraded character takes 5 or more damage, instead they take 4. A solid staple. Next is Grenade Launcher. Playing 3 of them, character gets +4 attack. Once you're done the attack, scrap it. And then Improvise Shield. Get that double orange pit, boy. Or if you want to get some tough, you can stick it on a character. Not recommended, but you can. My new favorite card in this deck is going to be Scoundrel's Blaster. Ooh, such a good card. Put on Decepticons only. While this upgraded character is attacking an Autobot, it has Pierce 2. +2 attack, pretty good. Way better than Primary Laser. Don't ever play Primary Laser. Get out of here. And last but not least, Stunticon Swagger. Put on Stunticons only. Enemies can't use bold or tough against the upgraded character. This is going to really depend on who you want to put it on. It really depends on the timing of this and also what character basically is going to be hit the most. So you may want to put this on your first character that attacks. If you can cheat it out somehow, it is going to be hard to pull because there's only one in the deck. I've been trying it, but when it does come down, man, they're not prepared for it at all. When you stick this on Menasor like that, they get so angry. It's like it shuts them down. And most times they waste it all up. They don't have a lot of removal, right? This really only gets out of here if someone has a Vaporize or ramming speed, because the Blasting Shield or the enemy batons won't actually take it off. So anyways, that is the basis of my deck, Menasor. You can go ahead and test it out. Let me know what you think. If you have any suggestions, questions, analysis, comparisons, ideas, and Tell me how to make this jank deck better. I mean, let me know in the comments. I'd love to hear them. Like I said, smash that like button, subscribe, and I'll probably try to make another deck video for probably Sentinel Prime, and I think that's his name. No, is it Optimus Maximus? Yeah, Optimus Maximus. And then once I get all the Predacons, I'll make them next. But either way, I hope you enjoyed this video, and let me know what you think. And as I said before, have a great day, and I hope you pull great stuff in your boxes. Peace.